This EFL Cup Final and Premier League Matchday 29 picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our College Basketball Survivor Contest. First place can win up to $75,000. Enter today at splashsports.com/SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Thursday, March the 13th. We are here to talk about the Champions League and Europa League action, which happened Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, finished about 20 minutes ago, with varying degrees of success for the hate watchers. And then we've got an action-packed weekend. We've got the EFL Cup final between Newcastle United and Liverpool on Sunday, and 8 Premier League games to get involved with as well. Joining us is the late Mr. Barry Penaluna. He's not dead, he's just late. Bazza, how you doing?
I'm all right. But to answer Callum's question, if you think you're getting an apology out of me for being late, you've got no chance.
Fair enough. I will say in my defence, I've done 2 MLB shows this week. And the first one, we were 45 minutes late because we watched the extra time between Liverpool and PSG first. And then tonight, I fucked up the time zones, which I do the first week of MLB every year, because this is the 1 week of the year where they go back an hour and we don't. So it's always 5 hours, and tonight it was 4 hours. So I was doing YouTube yoga on the living room floor when Lonte messaged me and said, "Where are you? We're supposed to be doing the show." I was busy doing cat cows and all that. So I've been late twice, Barry, so we can just add you onto the list. No need to apologise.
Yeah, I mean, in my defence, this was originally scheduled for 11 o'clock, but because of your MLB changes, we shuffled it forward, didn't we? And I did think I'd be fine for 10, but there we go.
Yeah, at various times today, that baseball show went from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and then we actually done it at 7 o'clock. So I don't really mind.
Question for you, Morgan, before we get started.
What?
Bit of a foodie one.
Oh, what we got?
I've got something in a jar. What do you think it is?
You've just had a lovely smell of it. Can I ask some questions? Did you buy it?
No.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna guess. Right, I don't need questions. I think it's some kind of jerky.
No.
Oh, I thought I had that then, Baz.
You should have asked some questions first.
Right, I'll ask some questions now. Did you buy it?
No.
You made it?
Yep.
Lee's guessing, is it your bathwater? So if you made it, it's got to be something meaty. Like you've smoked it. Did you do it out in not on one of your contraptions? No.
This is something very basic to make, and something that will be evolving. I'll be providing regular updates on this over the next few weeks, Malcolm.
You pickled something.
It's a big clue. That no. Do you want to know what it is?
I'd love to know what it is. Yeah, this could go on all night. I still don't know what it is. I can sing it, but I don't know what it is. Is it yeast?
Sourdough starter. So
okay.
I'm going to create some sourdough. So I've just got flour and water in there at the moment. Mixed it up. We'll leave that for a couple of days and then start feeding it. And by next week, it'll be alive, full of life, and I'll be baking my own homemade bread with it. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes once we get to the weekend.
Oh, you didn't. You're such a ponce, Barry, honestly. That's ridiculous. If I wasn't currently growing about 300 Fizzy Rose Cosmos seedlings out there, then I would have a go at you for starting bread. But when I'm tending to be flowers every day, I can't really. It's a bit like the big and late thing. Like, I can't throw stones, Barry. People in glass houses and all that. The chat is live and kicking. We've all had a lovely time waiting for you to turn up. You've been getting absolutely slagged off. Lee was first in. Lee and Callum. The Bacchus family are here. Who else is here? Let's have a look. John Cullifay. John will be looking forward to the ad reads, I assume. Imran, where's Imran? Imran was wanting to talk about the penalties and the Manchester United game. We'll get onto that as well. I think that's everyone so far. So if you are here, by all means, say hello. I walked into the house earlier on and I heard the IT department shout the following words: "Put the light on. I found piss up the wall the other day." So she was just shouting at Bob, who, just being a 13-year-old boy, just goes for a slash in the dark and just helicopters it around the place. So that was good. I enjoyed that. It was just a nice thing to enjoy coming in. To put the light on, I found piss up the wall. This time tomorrow, Barry, this exact time tomorrow, I'll be like that. I'll be flying from Newcastle to Heathrow like some kind of baller. Me and Bob fly at 9:20 tomorrow night. So if you stick your head out the window around about now, Baz, we'll probably be flying over Nottinghamshire. You can give us a little wave. Cheltenham this week. Cheltenham's been fun. Personally, I haven't been winning much. It was tough. Callum Ollie, we mentioned before, the Super Boost murdered me. So I haven't lost a load either. I'm about 60 quid down or something. But the Super Boost losing on Tuesday and Wednesday absolutely done my head in. But Pete's Picks has been doing really well. We've got one day left tomorrow. Pete nailed it on Tuesday, had a poor day on Wednesday, and then had a great day today and put out a 25-1 winner in Doddy the Great. And I know a few of the lads have been on as well. I noticed Coisty, I think it was messaging him on Twitter the other day. So that was that. And one other bit of lifestyle, Barry. I've got a Swizz. There's definitely a Swizz going on here. It's anything with the word protein written on it, Barry, because the kids have convinced themselves that it's healthy and are demanding that are you into this? Yeah, you're laughing here. This is experience. The kids are demanding that the IT department buys it. So currently in our fridge, there's a load of like chocolate mousse, but it's just got the word protein written on. Like, Barry's going to get something. In fact, yeah, it's a load of shite. You can't just write the word protein on. Sell it to kids. Oh, Barry's got protein chocolate. I mean, that's the shit. That's it. Absolutely. Who's that for? Is that for your daughters, Barry? Or are you convinced that that's good for you?
I'll eat that. Yeah, I'll eat that. I will.
Will you? But did you buy protein?
It's all the protein in it.
Fucking what a load of shite. There's
20 grams. 20 grams
protein and it's always had in.
What about
protein? What's that? High protein tortilla wraps.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got some of them there.
You're an absolute. You're a marketing man's dream, you, Barry. You want to get in the sea? That's ridiculous.
Oh, hold on. Malcolm, you love this.
Oh, God. High protein bagels?
Yeah.
Oh, Barry, you're an idiot. You're an absolute credit. And so that's happened completely coincidentally. Is that I've brought this up, having been in my fridge earlier on. And within arm's length, you've got 3 of those exact products. I'm not buying it, Barry. I'm not buying it. You shouldn't be selling it. Lee doesn't even know what protein is. He's a northern man. Like it. Joe Donna's joined us, as has James Mafia. Boys, welcome along. Barry, any lifestyle chat?
No, just loads of protein.
Just all the protein.
All the protein.
Say things to me. I'm going to go and find my hat because my hair's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, you want to. It's a right mess. I don't know what to say now. You've caught me off guard. I'm trying to think what other protein items I've got here. To be fair, I do normally get most of my protein just from the fresh meat. As you know, I do like to cook lots, so I've always got plenty of meat on the go. I'm very jealous of Malcolm going off to that there London. Cool. I had considered going down to London myself, and I have now decided against it because I'll just be miserable when I don't have a ticket and everybody else is going to the match. Yeah, I will not be in London this weekend, unfortunately.
So you're not coming, Baz? Fair enough.
I did have a message from some friends in London who will be watching it, not at Wembley. So I could have went down and caught up with them, but I just decided against it. I'm still tempted to drive up to Newcastle and watch it just to be in the company of some fellow Newcastle fans.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We're going to talk about the match in a little minute. Yeah, Champions League this week. Enjoyed it. So we had Tuesday was one of the most enjoyable hate watches I've had in a while. One of the most successful hate watches, because we haven't had many watching Liverpool. It's all been Man United based. The two games we wanted to be good were good. The PSG Liverpool game was really good, good standard, exciting all the way through, all the way to penalties. So that was good. The Madrid derby wasn't quite as entertaining. I sat here and made that impassioned speech that anyone who thought Atletico were the Atletico of old was completely incorrect. And then they scored in the first minute and shithoused the rest of the game. Absolutely made a tit out of what I said. And then that went mad at the end with a penalty shootout and the double touch, which that's what Imran was asking about earlier on. Picks-wise, Tuesday was okay. Couple of winners, couple of losers. Wednesday was poor. The Arsenal game, no one really knew. Everyone was guessing. The red card in the Bruges game, buggered it up. Didn't expect Dortmund to win, and they did. And expected goals in the Madrid game and didn't get them. We did say in that first leg that Real Madrid would go through in ridiculously fortunate circumstances. But that wasn't a surprise. Everyone knew that. But what did you make of it, Baz? Liverpool, PSG, Madrid, penalties, any crack?
I mean, the only thing that was important in the Liverpool PSG game was penalties or extra time at least. Anything that was, a bit more effort on Liverpool or, any injuries incurred, which obviously happened as well, Trent getting injured. So that was all good. I thought over the two legs, horrible noise coming back at me again from your speakers. I thought over the two legs, PSG deserved it. Liverpool did play better, played much more of a part of it in the second leg. But over the two legs, PSG were definitely the better side and definitely live ones in terms of the outright picks. PSG looked to have a shout, looked really good again. Where's the famous atmosphere? What happened to Anfield on a big European night? Because it sounded absolutely dead in there, other than 3,000 Paris Saint-Germain fans singing all night. So unless the Liverpool fans are all singing in French, it all seemed very, very quiet at Anfield, which was a bit odd. Because normally it is absolutely alive on those sort of nights, and yet it didn't seem to be this week for some reason.
Yeah, this is a bit of a recurring thing. I had a good chat to Terza about this week, actually. It's a conversation for another day, but it's just the demographic of match-going football supporters and is very much changing, and the whole match day experience is changing as a result, because it's been at the forefront with obviously Newcastle going to Wembley at the weekend. Everyone's already arguing and fighting with each other about how to make the atmosphere better and stuff like that. So yeah, when we've got some more time, we can definitely talk about that. Do you want to start, Barry, with the League Cup final, or do you want to start with the Premier League?
My first notes are on the League Cup final. It's the biggest game of the weekend, so let's just get straight into the Carabao Cup.
Right, okay, we'll start with that. I have uploaded the banners, Barry, for these new advertising regions. So when I read them out, can you put the pictures on?
Well,
excellent.
Try,
bit of the pre-production meeting there live on the show for everyone.
I mean, the problem with that is I have no idea what adverts you're going to read. There you go.
Oh, well, there you go. I was reading them before on the MLB show as Sean was editing them live in the document. So that was fun. He was adding and deleting words as I was reading them out, which was an adventure. Right, find this one, Barry. Compete against SGPN this March in our 75k winner-take-all college basketball survivor contest. March has never been this exciting. Enter at splashsports.com/SGPN. That's splashsports.com/SGPN. Don't think I've got one of this, Baz. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the Premier Visa debit card for bettors. Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of getting your card denied. Up to $750 per month in cashback rewards. The card is FDIC insured. There's no credit checks. It's completely free. Sign up for Edge Boost and enter our free $2,000 bracket contest at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. And we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. Your place to bet every sport, plus props for every game. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag with the promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Pete has joined us. Pete, we've talked about your picks already. Nice winners. So welcome along, Pete, and go and follow at Pete's Picks 01. We'll get some winners going for tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to start on Sunday with the Carabao Cup, the League Cup final between Liverpool and Newcastle United. Liverpool are 13-20. This is 90-minute betting. Liverpool 13-20, minus 163. The draw 31-10, plus 210. Newcastle 15-4, plus 375. To qualify or to lift the trophy, even. Liverpool 3-10, minus 333. Newcastle 12-5, plus 240. I'll be honest, you're not going to get no real sensible analysis out of me. 2 weeks ago, everything went wrong for Newcastle when Gordon got sent off and then Hall and Botman became injured. This week, Liverpool took a similar knock with extra time against PSG. Injuries to Trent, although Canate looks okay. And not to mention a little bruise to the ego as well. I think having been clearly the second best team against PSG over both legs. A few weeks ago, I was very, very miserable about this, Barry, and I did say that I was going to snap out of it and I was going to find a way to snap out of it. And I did. I walked home from the pub on Saturday night, Baz. It took us ages, actually. It was a good 45-minute walk. And I had a word with myself. I gave myself a talking to, and I'm absolutely fine with it. What I've decided is, if we lose, Barry, my life doesn't change in any way. Just like 2 years ago. Do you know what I mean? We got me 2 years ago. I'm sitting here now, still cracking on with you and all the lads and lasses here in the chat. It's not like I've had something that will have been taken away from me if we get beat. You know, by not going down the road, it remains the road ahead, Barry. And there's no question that in the few years to come, we'll go down that road. I'm taking Bob with me for the first time, so that's another reason for me to try and be positive and give him a good experience. The only weird thing that's happening this weekend, Baz, for me, is as it stands, my dad is watching it by himself. Now, obviously, we had all the shenanigans 2 years ago of the last of the summer wine road trip, where I took the 3 old blokes down. It turns out his 2 mates are going again, which I can't believe. I don't know, they're going by themselves. Fucking hell. No way they're going to survive that trip. But anyway, my father's not healthy enough to be able to go. My mother's going out because one of our friends who doesn't follow football has arranged for them to go and scatter her husband's ashes on Sunday afternoon. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, really. So, R.I.P. Ken. So Ken's getting scattered somewhere at 5 o'clock, half an hour into the game. And my dad's just left by himself. So just imagine us winning something after all this time. And he's going to be sat by himself where every single big game I've been sat next to him for 50 years. My sister's considering going around sitting with him, but she knows absolutely nothing about football. So I just don't know if she'll antagonise him more than anything else. Anyway, here's the bet, Barry. Newcastle to win in extra time at 20-1. And the same game parlay, Joe Linton first goal, Newcastle winning extra time, 275-1. What do you think?
I don't mind that at all. Sounds nice. I mean, Liverpool are on the slide, aren't they? They've a losing streak of one. Losing streak of one game. Demoralised by a crushing defeat in midweek. Fatigued from a grueling 20 minutes. 120 minutes, that is, sorry. Decimated by injuries, or one injury to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Newcastle, on the other hand, are on a streak of themselves. One win in the last one. It's just all falling into place, isn't it? Possibly. I mean, as a Newcastle fan, you've just got to take whatever positives you want. This week has gone as good as we could have hoped. We got 3 points on Monday. Liverpool had a tough one. And I think the losing outcome was the best thing for us in terms of their mentality and things like that. Whether it works or not, who knows? But it's got to be a benefit to us. The head-to-head record doesn't make pretty reading. Newcastle last won against Liverpool in 2015. Gini Wijnaldum was the Newcastle player who scored the winner that day. I think we can take some comfort from the 3-3 draw at St James's this season, where we were a match for them, and take some comfort from the fact this isn't at Anfield, where we haven't won in about 29 visits or something. My sensible pick, I've got a sensible one, Malcolm, so we can throw that out there, is goals, unders. Last 4 EFL Cup finals have all gone under 2.5. 2 of them involved Liverpool and finished 0-0. Liverpool's last 4 cup finals at Wembley now have all went under 2.5 goals. So I think it'll be a tight one, and I think the unders is a sensible pick at 6-5. But fuck me, if you think I'm not taking Newcastle to lift this trophy, you'd be sorely mistaken. Newcastle to score 3 or more, which flies in the face of my unders pick, I realise. But we scored 3 against them at St James's Park. That was that can happen again. 8-1 Newcastle to score 3 goals here, and if that hits, we won't be losing this. Newcastle to lift the cup at 12-5 as well for me, please.
I'm pleased you put some thought into at least a couple of your picks there, Barry, because I wasn't going to at any point. So there you go. I'm sure everyone in the chat, including Callum, wishes us well, and that Newcastle lift the trophy. I don't know when the parade's going to be. It might be next Saturday. I've heard. I've got a couple of mates who are coppers, and they've been put on standby for the date of the trophy parade.
Yeah, I think they're off to Dubai or something afterwards, aren't they? They're off somewhere because it's international break next week.
Yeah, international break. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah. I'm actually quite. We always whinge about the international break. I'm ready for it, Baz. Like I think there's that midweek Premier League last week, 2 weeks ago, because I can't remember a night where there hasn't been any football on. Like, so we had the midweek was when Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then we've gone all the way through the Prem, then straight into the Champions League, Premier League, Champions League. So yeah, I'm ready for a couple of days. I think with the baseball kicking in as well. I've had my head turned by MLB and been doing a few shows. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just chilling out a little bit on that. Premier League then, Barry. There's 8 games. Obviously, the games involving Liverpool and Newcastle will have to be rescheduled, and we start on Saturday lunchtime. No, we don't. There is no lunchtime game. 3 o'clock's on Saturday, Courtney. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 3 o'clock kickoffs. Starting with Everton taking on West Ham United. Everton are 11-10 plus 110. The draw is 16-5 plus 320. And West Ham United are 27-10 plus 270. We're going to have to go backwards now, Baz. It's you first.
Yes. Everton, West Ham. I've totally switched off. I've got totally. Are we on to Everton, West Ham here? Yes.
Yes, mate. Thank you.
That's good. Simple. Christ, I'm sitting here reading emails rather than listening to you witter on. Everton are still on a long unbeaten run. 8 unbeaten now in the league. But the wins have dried up a bit. Just 1 win in the last 5, 4 draws in the last 5 now. All 4 of those 5 games finished with both teams to score as well. West Ham, on the other hand, have just had 4 in a row with both teams to score. No, so that doesn't help. And 4 unders in a row for West Ham. They look to turn a bit of a corner, beating Arsenal and Leicester. But then they were poor against Newcastle. I mean, we weren't much better. But I didn't think they were up to much at all on Monday night against us. So I thought this was a tricky one to start off with. Everton's form leads towards goals. West Ham goes the opposite way. And although I've been fairly bullish on Everton recently, I can't have them here at close to evens to win when they've drawn 4 of the last 5 games. I feel it's probably better to be on the other side of it in what looks to be a tight game. So I think West Ham double chance stood out at first. The reverse fixture ended up in a draw as well. West Ham double chance is short, though. It's 8-11. I think that would be my preference, but it is a little bit short. So I decided to try and get off and running with a decent price one. I said, I'm going to take the draw. Plenty of form for the draw in the Everton games. And I just think this one will be a tight one. So I'll take the draw between Everton and West Ham at 11-5.
Quite confident here, Baz, about these Premier League games. A demonstration of that. You what?
I found this quite tricky, to be honest. Although, I mean, you'll see as we go along, I had similar sort of feelings on a lot of games, and that'll become quite apparent as we go through them.
I normally use like half a page of Jota for each game, but I've got 4 games on one page, which tells you that normally means I found it quite easy because I just made a handful of notes. We endured Everton and Wolves on Saturday night, and then we endured West Ham Newcastle on Monday night. They were both shite. Both games were under 2.5. And that was my starting point here. But it's short. The bookies were onto it. And the bookies obviously watched the games as well. So I do like the under, but it just looks like a draw. I don't know why either team would win this. They're not good enough. Everton, like you could kind of be tempted to Everton at prices, but not as favourites. They're not good enough to be taken as favourites.
Yeah.
Fuck that, they're rubbish. They're still trotting out Beto up top. It was absolute pony. So 16-5, the draw, Baz, same price. And I think both teams will be happy with the draw as well, by the way. They just keep chipping away. And early first game, it's a 1-1 draw of the week, Baz.
It's Malcolm's 1-1 draw of the week. Both teams scored a goal. It's Malcolm's 1-1 draw of the week. Both teams scored a goal.
I'm that confident I played the jingle twice, Barry. I turned the bloody loop thing off and it still did it twice. Or maybe it saved twice. Anyway, not important. That's 2 aspects of production we've done live on the show. 11-2 plus 550 for the 1-1 draw of the week. Second up, 3 o'clock kickoff is Ipswich Town taking on Nottingham Forest. Ipswich 11-4 plus 275. The draw 5-2 plus 250. Forest are even money. I stopped really quickly at these prices. I don't understand these prices at all. It's 18th versus 3rd. Forest are beating better teams. They beat Man City last week. They're beating better teams than this regularly. I don't mind Ipswich occasionally. You try and spring a shock. But they're 18th. They're shite. This price is absolutely nuts, Barry. This is bizarro world price. Nottingham Forest at even money. Fucking unbelievable. That was me. Stopped. I'll take Forest at evens.
Yeah, I mean, I almost did exactly the same thing, but ended up slightly different. I mean, the two played each other a few weeks ago in the Cup, didn't they? It was a fairly poor game, that one. But both sides did rest players. Ipswich taking the lead. Forest brought a couple of players, Gibbs White and Anderson on later on and got them back into it. Won it on pens. I think you can't read too much into that one with both sides making plenty of changes. What you can read into is Ipswich's current form, which is absolute dog shit. 2 points from the last 9 games for Ipswich. And there's no respite for them at home. It's no better. Losing 7 of the last 8 home games now. They've conceded at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 as well, so conceding plenty. Forest had a really good win over City last week, but I think important to remember they had been on a little bit of a dip before that. Only 1 win in 5 in 90 minutes before that one. And away from home, Forest have just lost 3 in a row. Newcastle, Fulham and Bournemouth. However, all of them better sides than Ipswich, who they've got to face here. I think, same as you, Forest are a great price here. Ipswich don't look like winning a game. Forest at evens definitely appeals. But it was the Ipswich defensive form, the fact they're conceding 2 goals almost every week. And the fact Ipswich can often nick a goal from somewhere. So I think Forest might need a couple to win. So I've ended up going for the Forest over 1.5. Forest team total over 1.5 goals at 10-11.
Okay. Joe's combining them 2, Forest to win with over 1.5 goals at plus 140. Lee likes Forest as well. So yeah, that's a decent handicap. Forest to cover 1.5 goals at 13-5 for Lee. So yeah, most people heading in the Nottingham Forest direction. We'll move on after I've told you about Rhythm. Throw in their epic March Madness party. All Rhythm users invited to a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March the 19th at the Circa Las Vegas Stadium Swim. Free drinks. You can hang out with all the boys from SGPN and girls. Gets better. Rhythm are giving away $250 March Madness future. March Madness was great on rhythm last year. With UConn winning, the percentage of winners was 39% higher than in ESPN brackets. So, got a free party, chance at a $250 future. Sign up at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. I've done shows with Scott and Lonte this week, and they're both going to Vegas. I am mad jealous of both of them. Underdog Pick'em. You can play any sport, win up to 100 times your money. The thing to do here is sign up with our promo code PLGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code PLGP. 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday is, as Michael joins us. Michael, how you doing, Michael? As you've missed Everton, Michael. It's the 1-1 draw of the week is the answer. Michael still thinks I'm picking on Everton. Shut up, man. We hate everyone. Man City are 4-6, -150. The draw is Burlington Bertie, 100-30, plus 333. Brighton and Hove Albion are Burlington Bertie, 100-30, plus 333. This is you, Baz.
This is me. City currently alternating wins and losses every week in the league. I think last 5 games have gone lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. Loss to Forest was preceded by a win over Spurs, defeat to Liverpool, coming after a win versus Newcastle. And the league games have gone under 2.5 in 3 straight games now, having gone 6 in a row over 3.5 before that. So the games were full of goals, not so much in the last couple of weeks for City. Such a hard team to predict at the minute. Impossible, really, to want City at 4-6 against anyone. And particularly with Brighton finding form recently. They've won 4 in a row in the league, 6 in all competitions, including an extra time win, one of those, against someone in the FA Cup. Brighton games have gone over 2.5 goals in 7 straight in all competitions. And I think Brighton do look better value at the prices, or possibly Brighton double chance. But I was just put off that a little by the fact that City at home are a bit better. Since Christmas, the only teams to go to the Etihad and win are Liverpool and Real Madrid. So there's no sort of disgrace in those two. The home form is slightly stronger than the overall form for City, which is a little bit all over the place. So I did go back to goals for me. As I say, City have dropped off a little bit on that front. But at home, they've went over 3.5 goals in 7 of their last 8 home games now. Only the 2-0 loss to Liverpool didn't cover the over 3.5. Brighton have just scored 2 or more in 6 straight games. So I do like both sides to get involved here as well. I'll just take the over 3.5 goals between City and Brighton at 6-5.
3.5 goals?
Yes.
Okay. Just like that a lot. I'm not inclined to bet Man City at all. It's won 3, lost 3 in the last 6, but the problems haven't gone away. They're still dodgy at the back. They've only scored once in the last 3 games. I don't know where the goals are coming from. Brighton are in good form, 4 wins in a row. Brighton have only lost 4 out of 14 away from home in the Premier League as well. So plus money on Brighton avoiding a defeat here. I could actually back Brighton to win, maybe if they were a bit bigger, 4-1, 9-2. I could be tempted into Brighton. But a Brighton double chance, 15-13, plus 115. I think Brighton can avoid a defeat here. And you're getting odds against for it. So I'll take Brighton on the double chance. Lee was trying to give us Brighton on the handicap at a price he made up. 13-8. It's 1-2, man. You fool. Okay. The 3 o'clock game is Southampton taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Southampton 29-10, plus 290. The draw is 23-10, plus 230. Wolves are 21-10, plus 210. Southampton were allowed to play a little bit against Liverpool. This tends to be the pattern of a lot of Southampton games. Southampton seem quite happy to let you beat them, as long as you let them have the ball a bit, maybe score a goal, weave some pretty patterns. And Liverpool did that. Liverpool allowed them to do that in the first half last week and actually lead at half-time. But every chance they've had against the bottom teams, Southampton, they've fucked it. Like games where they need to go and win. They can't do it. They've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 9. That's the bottom 10. That's the stats against the bottom 10 teams. Wolves have still got all of the bottom 3 to play. And so far this season, they've beaten Leicester 3-0. They've beaten Southampton 2-0. Even without Cunha, I think Wolves can find a way. They looked all right against Everton. Certainly good enough to beat Southampton. Nearly everybody's good enough to beat Southampton. If not everybody's good enough to beat Southampton. So, again, odds against, plus money, 21 to 10. 21 to 20, that should be, by the way. 21 to 20 plus 105 is the price on Wolves. I'll take Wolves on the money line, Baz.
Yeah, just one win in the last 18 Premier League games now for Southampton. That's nearly half a season with just one win. 8 of the last 9 games, they've conceded 3 goals or more as well. And that's a big problem here because they've actually taken the lead in a few games recently. Took the lead against Liverpool, took the lead against Newcastle, Man Utd, and lost all 3 of them games, 3-1. That 3-1 scoreline, 3-1 defeat, has hit in 4 of the last 8 games for Southampton now. Wolves have done okay recently. They've lost just 2 of 7 in all competitions, moved themselves away from the bottom 3 a little, so the pressure's off slightly. They've not failed to score in the last 7 games. And against this Southampton defence, who concede 3 every week, I think the price for Wolves to score 2 or more is a great price here. I like the Wolves team total over 1.5 at 5 to 6. But I'll also be taking Wolves to score 3 or more at 3 to 1. So yeah, the main pick is Wolves team total over 1.5, 5 to 6. But I'll have the over 2.5 at 3 to 1 as well.
Little mini step ladder on the Wolves goals. I called Leo Bozo a few minutes ago. It turns out I'd misread what he put. So I apologise, Lee. I retract that Bozo comment. You are not a Bozo. I am a Bozo. Yeah, okay. Where are we going? Saturday tea time. 5:30 kickoff, 12:30 Eastern time. Or is it 1:30? See, this week's fucked. It might be 11:30. It's all over the shop. John might be able to tell us. Bournemouth take on Brentford. Bournemouth are 7 to 10, minus 142. The draw 16 to 5, plus 320. And Brentford are Burlington Bertie 100 to 30, plus 333. Barry, Bournemouth, Brentford.
Yeah, Bournemouth no win in 4 now, including the FA Cup. But quite how they failed to avoid a victory last week against Spurs, I'll never know. Should definitely have had 3 points there. Goals have dried up a little bit for them as well. Just 4 in the last 4 games, where a few weeks ago they were hitting 2s, 3s and 4s regularly. So definitely sort of a little bit of a drop-off for Bournemouth. Brentford have won 4 away games on the bounce now. 2 of them were against relegation contenders, it has to be said. But still, they've conceded just 1 goal in the last 5 away games, Brentford. The overall form's far more patchy. But as I say, away from home, looking good at the moment. With Bournemouth just hitting a bit of a slide recently, it's another one where I think the away side represents slightly better value. A bit like West Ham earlier on, I thought were probably a better price than Everton at the prices. I think that made us want something on the Brentford side of it. I don't mind the Brentford team total over 1.5. Brentford to score 2 or more, 6 to 4 here. That's a pick I would put out for anyone who can't get on the actual bet, which is a stats pick. I know some people don't get those at their books, but I've ended up in the shots market. Brentford have covered this line in 6 straight games and in 8 of their last 10 games. The picks over 11.5 Brentford shots at 10 to 11. As I say, they've covered 12 or more in 6 straight and 8 of the last 10. So I'll take Brentford to have 12 or more shots at 10 to 11.
I'd be inclined with the match shots as well, Baz. I took Bournemouth last week and it was an absolute shootout. This will be any different. I'm completely on the other side of this in terms of who I think will win. I nearly made Bournemouth my lock. In fact, they're probably just a little bit too short to make a lock. But absolutely, I could even take them on a handicap here. I think Bournemouth are thoroughly going to batter them. I don't know how they've only taken 1 point from the last 2 games. They lost at Brighton. It was 1-1. They were the better team. They were on top, conceded late. And they really duffed up Tottenham for large parts of that game. They played well. They created tons of chances in both. Came away with 1 point. Brentford have won the last 2 away games, but it was West Ham and Leicester, who we know are shite. But their away form against teams in the top half's terrible. Drawn 1 and lost 5. I'm very bullish about Bournemouth here. I think they could run up a score. I'm going to take them just on the outright, as it happens. 7-10, minus 142. Very, very keen on Brentford here. On Bournemouth, sorry. Michael siding with you, though, Baz. He wants Brentford. Both teams to score in both halves, 8-1. That's all right. I like that. Move across to Sunday. Sunday, 2 1:30 kickoffs, which is 8:30, 9:30 or 10:30 Eastern time, depending on what's going on over there. Arsenal take on Chelsea. Arsenal are 4-5, minus 125. The draw 13-5, plus 260. Chelsea 72, plus 350. You've got to put a line through the Arsenal game from the other night. They picked a weird team. It was a weird performance. It was a weird result in a weird situation. You don't need to read anything into that. They've got no win in 3 now, Arsenal in the league. And I think they're pretty much unbackable at the minute. 1-1 at Man United, 0-0 in Nottingham Forest, 0-1 against West Ham. It's not the form that makes you want to bet any team. 4 unders in a row and 5 out of 6 as well for Arsenal. Chelsea have won back-to-back games, but they were against Leicester and Southampton. The last 3 games they've played against decent sides, they got beat. I don't really know what to make of Chelsea at all, but I don't see a reason to get away from these Arsenal unders. They can defend and they can't attack. It's a great combination for an under. Chelsea 1-0 the other night against Southampton. They're not blowing your skirt up. Under 2.5 goals is 9-10, minus 111.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it's a horrible one, this one, really. Arsenal, as you say, no win in 3 Premier League games. And Chelsea might have won 2 in a row, but coming against Leicester and Southampton, you don't give up too much credit to those. And they weren't really pulling up any trees against Leicester, to be honest. They made hard work of that one. Both teams lacking goals in the league, so difficult to make a strong case for either side, really. But once again, I just found it's another matchup where struggling to pick a side. You see the home side is at 4-5, Chelsea at 7-2, and it just feels easier for me to make a case for the underdog at those prices. I think it'll be a tight one. I think it'll be low scoring, like you've mentioned. And I think there's every chance. I mean, they played out a 1-1 earlier in the season. There's every chance we could see something similar to that. I just think Chelsea are worth a punt. Double chance market to get even money for Arsenal not to win. It's not my favourite pick, but I just think there's better value here on Chelsea. 2 teams that aren't playing particularly well. 2 teams struggling to score. I'll take Chelsea on the double chance. Chelsea to win or draw at evens.
Declan Rice for the shot on target is Michael's play. Michael used to be our shot on target expert. Oh no, he was the saves expert, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a shot on target expert now. I scored the last twice, header in the week, and then bent that one into the bottom corner against Man United last week. So yeah, shot on target 7-4 plus 175. You're right, Michael. It is indeed a lovely price. We've established it's a 4-hour time difference. So 1:30. Hang on, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 4. 10, 11, 12, 1. 10:30 Eastern time. Come on. Between Fulham and Tottenham Hotspur. Fulham are even money, plus 100. The draw, 27-10, plus 270. Spurs are 27-10, plus 270, Baz.
Yes. What does the system say? Take Spurs as a dog, fade them as a favourite. That's where we've been going regularly. I mean, it feels tricky at times taking Spurs in any situation, but you know, it's the system at the moment. It's done okay. I wanted to see how we got on tonight because I thought if it went out in Europe, that would have been a massive blow. The atmosphere would have been toxic there. Potentially Postecoglou could have been out the door. They've got through that. So less of a concern there. Fulham have seen a little bit of a drop-off in recent weeks. With just 1 win in their last 4. They've got defeats to Brighton and Palace there. And actually, you look at their home form, it's probably worse than the away form. They've only won 1 of the last 7 at Craven Cottage. They've had no clean sheet at home in 8 games now. So I'm not particularly keen on Fulham at home as favourites. Spurs are all over the place. You can't take anything with any confidence. But the poor home form of Fulham and Spurs once again as underdogs did tempt me a little. I was tempted with a Spurs team total again. Spurs to score 2 or more at 11-8. Getting back to full strength, we've seen Audebert, Solanke's back, Van de Ven started tonight. You look at the lineup tonight and it looks like a proper team, apart from the goalkeeper maybe. But yeah, I like Spurs to score 2 or more. However, I don't see Spurs keeping a clean sheet often. And if Spurs can get 2, I felt that both teams to score and the over 2.5 might be a safer way of playing it, just in case Spurs turn all Spursy. Tough on this one, so I want to keep both teams on my side. I've gone for the over 2.5 and both teams to score at 4-5. But if you want something at a better price, take Spurs to score 2 of them at 11-8.
You made a lot of my points there, Baz, in my notes. Fulham won 4, lost 4 in the last 8. Really hard to predict. They've got some really good wins in there and then some bad defeats as well. There wasn't enough data for both teams to score or overs, unders. They've had 4 2-1s in the last 5, Baz. So that suits you down to the ground. Tottenham did do well against Alkmaar tonight. They got ahead. They were pinned back. They responded. The players you mentioned, I've seen Van de Ven play for an hour tonight. Solanke, Maddison's back. Audebert. They look okay. They look a damn sight healthier. They had won 3 in a row before they lost to Manchester City in the week. And then that weird 2-2 draw against Bournemouth. But Bournemouth are a good side as well. There's not much between the teams, but Tottenham have got some players back and they fit the system, Baz. You have to back them at 27-10 plus 270. Tottenham could finish quite strong. However, you say that they might go a little bit Spursy. But under the circumstances, I'm happy to take Tottenham. I don't think they'll be this price as well, even plus 360 price of Argo. Yeah, plus 27-10. Okay. So yeah, the price is holding. I thought after a decent performance tonight, Tottenham might contract just a little bit. But yeah, I'll take Tottenham on the money line, Baz. 27-10 plus 270. The final game, remember there's only 8 Premier League games this weekend. Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Don't know who will be watching this. Is Leicester City taking on Manchester United. Leicester have drifted a little bit tonight. 7-2 plus 350. The draw 5-2 plus 250. And Manchester United are 5-6 minus 120. They've shortened up a tiny little bit on the back of what was a decent win for them. I know people take the piss and say it was 2 penalties, and then they got a 3rd penalty which was overturned. But we've said 3 or 4 weeks now they've been relatively resilient. And actually, Meg and Bob sat watching this, and halfway through the second half, I said to Bob, "Do you know what? They've played all right tonight." And he went, "Yeah, they have." And we were both quite disappointed, but they did. They moved the ball around. Xerxes looked like a professional footballer. Fernandes in good form. I thought Dogu had a good game. Garnacho was busy. Højlund looked lively for the first time in ages and ages. So they looked okay. And they're playing Leicester City. I mean, Leicester lost 1-0 at Chelsea. That made it 5 games in a row that they've lost without scoring a goal. Now, that's not very good form. The 130 is a price for Leicester. It tells you just how bad Man United have been. The only win in 5 in the league was against Ipswich. But I found it best to concentrate on the form against the bottom 3 teams, Baz. 4 times out of 5, they've scored 3 goals against those promoted teams, Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton. They're a big enough price to score twice here. You don't even need them to score 3. And they looked lively going forward tonight. They were bigger than they are to win. So Man United team total, the prices have moved a little bit, but the Man United team total over 1.5 is 4-5 minus 125. I'd be surprised if they don't score twice here, Baz.
Yeah, I almost looked at the same pick, but I've actually went somewhere else, and it's the first time all season, this season, that I find myself having to do it, and I might end up having to back Man United as a winner. Never thought I would see the day, but here we are, 5-6 Man United. They've not lost in 6 games now, not won many, but as I said the other day, they are hanging in games, and they've actually faced Leicester 3 times already this season. Now they've won all 3 of them. The 2-1 win in the FA Cup was fortuitous, as we know. Maguire's goal was well offside, but they beat them 3-0 in the league earlier in the season and 5-2 in the League Cup as well. And then you get the Leicester, who actually at the moment probably look to be the worst team in the league. Their current form is definitely worse than Southampton's, because at least Southampton are scoring the odd goal at the moment. Leicester aren't even doing that. You just mentioned they haven't scored in 5. They've lost 12 of the last 13 league games and scored just 3 goals in those 13 games. That's 10 games out of 13 where they've failed to score. Really easy, this one. It has to be. Just pinch your nose, take Man United. I'll take Man United to beat Leicester at 5-6. And if it fails, we can all have a laugh at Man United. But I just can't say anything but a Man United win. And also, I'm going to have to take them on my last man standing competition. Or like for the Americans, is it like a survivor competition? I'm down to the last 6 out of 120 people. And the options are limited this weekend because there's only 8 games. And I've used Liverpool, Arsenal's, Chelsea's, Man City's, all of those lot. So I am really scraping the barrel this week, and it looks to be coming down to a Man United pick for me.
I mean, yeah, nobody's watching this game either, by the way. It's Sunday night after the cup final. Harry's joined us. Harry's so used to you being late that he's joined us at 11:10. And we've nearly finished, Harry, but welcome along anyway. Naked Attractions just come on the telly, Baz. I haven't watched that live on the show for a while. The only problem is it's the old people. They've opened up with the old people. Now, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Let 1,000 blossoms bloom. Old people are allowed to have tits and fannies, and they're allowed to shag. But it's just not ideal. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have to see if I can locate the remote control or look at your face. I don't know what's worse, Barry. Old people's genitals or your face. It's a bit strong, isn't it? Sorry. I feel bad about that. Right, okay. Games are all in the hutch. My lock is going to be Nottingham Forest. I couldn't believe the price, Baz. Matthews will be furious about that. Forest at evens, man. Holy shit. Dog has to be Tottenham, 27-10, plus 270. Right, corned beef pie accumulator. Just a double. It's a moneyline double, Baz. It's Nottingham Forest and Man United. Man United, listen, everyone, moaning on. I've got Man United in me acca here. Plus 260, so just around 5-2 for that. And my stake and Stilton accumulator, it's a 5-timer on the money line. I've got the bottom 3 all to lose. So we're taking Wolves, Forest, and Man United. And then we're going to add in, I've got Forest twice here. Wolves, Forest, Man United, Bournemouth, and I can't remember what the other one was. So you say things, Barry, and I'll work out what that bet was.
Well, yeah, I don't like the Bournemouth pick, but we've got a lot of similarities elsewhere.
I absolutely adore it, Barry.
No, they're going to get beat. My lock here is Wolves team total. Wolves to score 2 or more at 5-6. My dog, there's a few away dogs I'd give a chance to this week, but I'm going to take Brentford to beat Bournemouth as my dog. Can't even remember the price now, to be honest with you. But anyway, Brentford to beat Bournemouth is my underdog pick of the week. Scorer, if Man United are going to win, there's only one man who can score for them at the moment. It's Bruno Fernandes, and he's getting penalties all the time. So we'll go for Bruno Fernandes, anytime scorer, 12-5, 13-2, first and last. My corned beef pie acca is the bottom 3 all to lose. It's Wolves.
There you go.
It's Wolves, it's Man United and Forest to win at 7-1 is my corned beef pie acca. Quite how you can stick them 3 in a stake and Stilton, I'm not quite sure. Seems to be a bit of a con. Anyway, my stake and Stilton acca here is an underdog treble. I have got Chelsea, I've got Spurs, and I've got Brentford. 70-1 for the 3 of those. I think all 3 of those away from home are live dogs. Big price. Maybe take them in doubles and a treble. I know you don't like the Brentford one. But yeah, Spurs are live. Chelsea are live against Arsenal. Brentford the other one. So yeah, those three. In and out 470 to 1.
I've got a bad record when I've been so bullish about taking on something, haven't I? But
Yep.
Bournemouth will be, yes, clip this. I'll leave a gap before it and a gap after it, so it's easy for you to clip. Bournemouth will have scored 3 goals by half-time. Left a second either side. Right, my stake and salt accumulator, Barry, was Wolves, Forest, Man United, and I added in Tottenham and Bournemouth, 45 to 1 for the 5-timer. And my goal scorer is going to be Dominic Solanke. Tottenham are back, baby. 7 to 1, first and last. 9 to 4, plus 225 any time for Solanke. And I think, Barry, that is me done. Did you give your ladder out?
There isn't a ladder. There's no ladder this week. I haven't found one.
Fucking hell, Barry.
Honestly, I couldn't find anything. I kept thinking I'd found something, and then you go to the prices and the bookies were already onto it. So I wasn't going to force it. There is no ladder currently as we speak that was worth climbing.
Well, luckily, Lee's just pointed out that we can give out the Bournemouth first half goals ladder.
Yeah.
So I don't know what prices that
you can get involved in that.
I don't know where I would find that.
Take Newcastle total goals 3 and upwards.
Newcastle total goals 3 and upwards.
Yeah.
Don't forget Joe Linton first goal and Newcastle winning extra time at 275 to 1. So Courtney's getting stuck into you. You're 45 minutes late and you've turned up without a ladder, Barry.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Absolutely shocking.
I feel embarrassed.
I feel embarrassed. Awkward conversation with human resources.
I was too busy cultivating the sourdough.
Too busy cultivating the sourdough starter, the big fanny.
And stocking up on protein.
Anything you want to tell the people before we let them go?
No, I'm going to go stuff my face on some protein pudding.
Get that protein mousse down your bars. That'll sort you out.
A bit late for that, isn't it?
Well, there you go. Thanks, everyone. That was loads of fun. Like, rate, review, thumbs up, 5 stars, comment, all of that shite. Go and get Pete's picks for tomorrow's Gold Cup day at Cheltenham. Bruno G was interviewed after the game on Monday night, and he said that the fans can make the difference on Sunday, Barry. So I am off to make the difference, and I'll tell you all about it one day next week. So if I've sobered up, we'll do the show at one point. But I appreciate everyone joining us. Good luck with your picks this weekend. Up the tune, and we will see you all down the road. Cheers.